If you're interested in new homes or building a home in the Kansas City Metro, this video, we're going to break down the top 5 communities under the price point of $850,000. We've got a few in each different part of the top Kansas City suburbs. So you'll see a couple on the Missouri side, a couple on the Kansas side, a few bonuses for you here at the end of the video. But before we get started with number 1, 2 quick disclaimers. Number 1, these are in no particular order. We're just going to go through the video and I'll kind of take you through the different areas around Kansas City so you can see the major price differences in new homes on the Kansas side versus the Missouri side. And then number 2 is the main focus of the video is going to be on single family homes. So you will see some of the communities where they've got twin villas, maintenance provided sections. The main focus, while we will talk about some of that stuff, main focus is going to be on detached single family homes. So without further ado, starting with number 1, it's in the city of Overland Park, highly coveted Blue Valley School District. Number 1 is Southern Meadows. Now here's where Southern Meadows is located on the map. You can see it's in the southeast corner of Overland Park, very close to Stillwell, Kansas. There are a couple new home communities that are already underway in this corner of Overland Park, a couple that are currently getting through city approval, and I'd anticipate this is where we'll see a lot of development over the next decade in that city. Now, the reason I'm showing you this community first is for 2 reasons. Number 1 is it's in the Blue Valley School District. It's very popular. A lot of people, when they reach out after seeing these videos, whether you're relocating to Kansas City or you're local, this is one of the top requests we get. And number 2, the median price point in the Blue Valley School District for brand new homes is around $950,000, which is no small chunk of change. I'd actually anticipate it, largely because the popularity of the city, the popularity of the school district, I'd anticipate it passing 7 figures here within the next 6 to 12 months or so, which is crazy to think about. But the reason I'm showing you Southern Meadows first is because you'll find some of the most attainable new construction prices in Blue Valley. You've got prices anywhere from the lower 600s all the way up to over $800,000. That's typically the higher end of the price point we're seeing as of right now, but we both know that those construction prices will increase, especially as those amenities go in, the value of the community goes up, and that's something that we'll break down here in just a second. But needless to say, the low 600s is a really good price point for new construction homes in Blue Valley if that's the school district you want to be in, and this is one of the only places where you could make that happen as of right now in 2024. Now, when it comes to the lot prices, you'll also find quite a few savings. In fact, if you look at most communities around the Blue Valley School District, the lots are going to be anywhere from $150,000 to the lower 200s. In Southern Meadows, you'll find the prices anywhere around the lower 100s, all the way up to around $160,000. The size of the lots is around 1/5 of an acre up to 1/3 of an acre. Some of them might be a little bit bigger as they unleash a couple more phases here in the future. They're projected to have a total of 1,200 plus home sites there, so this will be a bigger community. You've got quite an impressive lineup of builders as well. So you've got Doyle Construction. I'm a big fan of their Arcadia 1.5 story. It's got a really cool loft upstairs. Gabriel Homes, they build the McKenna. It's one of the most popular 2-story floor plans, very traditional layout, and one of the best plans in all of Johnson County. You've got Inspired Homes. They've got quite a few communities around Olathe and North Kansas City, a couple in Lee Summit. Lambie Homes, they've got quite a few twin villas. They actually have a new single family model. It's called the Bridgewater 1.5 story. It's beautiful, super tall ceilings, floor to ceiling fireplace. And then you've got SAB Homes, which they've got a slew of really good floor plans. Their Redbud 2 has a 4-car garage, and they're quite a popular builder around Kansas City as well. So you've got no shortage of different floor plan options, builders, and of course, design choices in Southern Meadows. Now, the last thing before we move on to the second community on the list, the HOA fees, they're around $1,200 annually, which is pretty competitive with most of the bigger communities where you've got crazy amenities. I'll show you some of the renderings here in a second. They're planned to be installed by 2026, at least in the summer. You've got a pool with 4 junior competition lap lanes, kid pool area. You've got pickleball courts, a clubhouse, a hammock garden, playground outside. You've got golf cart parking, electric vehicle chargers, basketball and tennis courts, and of course, a frisbee golf area as well. Now, before we get to the second community in this list, if this is your first time seeing these videos, then welcome to the channel. My name's Nick Massa. I'm a licensed real estate agent here in Kansas, Missouri. I know a lot of you are interested in new construction, so if you're not subscribed to the channel, there's a good chance you might not see these videos in the future. And if that's something that you want to see, along with new home community tours, property tours of all the best model homes around Kansas City, market updates, I'd invite you to subscribe by clicking that button down below. And of course, if you have any questions, if you're looking at building or buying a brand new home, there's a whole lot of money that you can save by setting up the home search correctly. We'd love to help you accomplish that. So give me a call, text, email. All my contact info is down below. below. Now with that said, we're going to move on to the second community in the video, which is Hook Farms in the city of Lee Summit. Now here's where Hook Farms is located. You can see it's in the northwest corner of Lee Summit. It's just like 8 to 10 minutes away from downtown Lee Summit, Summit Fair, Summit Woods Crossing shops that are right alongside the highway. It's a really good location. And of course, you're in the Lee Summit School District, which is very highly rated, one of the best on the Missouri side, according to sites like greatschools.org and niche.com. Now, the second reason that we started with, the Blue Valley School District and Southern Meadows first is because it gives you some comparison as to what the major price difference is for any of the given homes in these communities. Blue Valley, of course, being one of the highest priced areas around Kansas City. So in Hook Farms, you'll find prices around $500,000. They can go all the way up to over $1 million, but the kind of high end that I'm seeing is anywhere from $850,000 to $900,000. So you've got quite a bit to work with, and you're going to be able to get quite a good house with, probably a nice lot that backs to green space, walkout lot, like all the bells and whistles in Lee Summit, which would cost you probably quite a bit more, at least in Overland Park. Now you'll also find some very, very reasonably priced lots and quite a few different lot options to choose from. I do believe that they've got a phase or two left that they'll unlock here in the future. Lot prices are anywhere from $75,000 all the way up to around $125,000. Those might change. There might be some variance in there, so make sure to reach out in case you've got any questions about that. You've got quite a good lineup of builders too. So similar to Southern Meadows and Overland Park, you've got quite a few different builders to choose from, all different kinds of floor plans, different processes, and of course, different specialties as well. So you've got Aspen, Elevate Design and Build, IQ Home Builders, JFE Construction, Newmark Homes, you've got SAB, who is one of the builders in Southern Meadows, and then you've got Walker Custom Homes. Now, the two things that I really like about Hook Farms, one is that, yes, the location is very nice, but they've also got quite a few different lots to choose from. And second, they've got quite a few spec homes to choose from as well. So if you're on a tighter timeline, you don't want to have to start building from the ground up, you want to move in probably a couple months to 30 days or less, then they will almost certainly have plenty of different options for you to choose from. Now, they do already have the amenities installed. The HOA is around $725 annually, which is a little bit on the lower side, very, very competitive with many of the communities you'll see on this list. The amenities, you'll find a clubhouse, a pool, you've got trails around, acres and acres of trees throughout the community. Moving on to number 3 on the list is Falcon Lakes in Basehor, Kansas. So this is right outside of Kansas City, Kansas, and as you can see on the map, it is really tucked outside of the more hustle, bustle, fast-paced areas of Kansas City, but it is still close enough to where everything you could possibly want to do in your day-to-day life is about 10 to 20 minutes away. Kansas City Legends Outlets is about 10 minutes away. Maybe the Chiefs, maybe the Royals head out there, but nonetheless, there are several new developments coming to the area that are very, very exciting. You're about 20 minutes away from the Kansas City Airport. You're about 20 minutes away from Zona Rosa and all of the shops north of the river in Kansas City, Missouri. There's just no shortage of things to do. Now, one of the things that makes Falcon Lakes really special is that it's on a golf course. It's very serene. There are several bodies of water around. Everybody seems to know each other. It's a tight-knit community. People are driving around on golf carts, walking the dog. It's a very beautiful community to see in person, and you would have almost never guessed that that's where it's located. Now, the prices are also pretty reasonable. There are 3 different little neighborhoods within the community. You've got the estates, so larger single-family homes. You've got villas, which are mostly reverse 1.5 ranches. They're maintenance provided. And then you've got twin villas, which are also maintenance provided as well. Now, the price range for the typical home in Falcon Lakes is anywhere from the mid-500s all the way up to the upper $800,000. Of course, they can become more expensive than that, but that's generally where I see the upper threshold of pricing at. Now, the lot prices are also pretty reasonable depending on what you're looking for. Like, there are some lots that are still available that are just right lakeside where you back up to the lake and it's just absolutely beautiful. Prices are anywhere from $90,000 all the way up to $200,000. I'll link the full video we did on Falcon Lakes down below in the description so you can see some of the finishes, you can see the way that the community is laid out. The long list of builders, you've got McQueen Homes, you've got Dreams and Designs, Rozier Homes, you've got Newmark Homes, Drip, Legacy of Kansas City Homes, lots of different builders to choose from. Some of them will build mostly in the twin villas, or the estates. It all just depends. So there's no shortage of different floor plans and options that you've got in Falcon Lakes. Now, the amenities are also just beautiful. It's about $550 annually, which is very, very low, especially compared to many of the communities on the list. The villas are about $273 a month, as well as the twin villas for that soft maintenance. And so that's in addition to the $550 a year for amenities. The amenities, you've got a community pool, you've got tennis courts, a basketball court, a barbecue pavilion, and of course, the best part of all is that you are on the golf course. So you don't have to be a member to use the driving driving range. They do offer several different types of private memberships, which you can find on the Falcon Lakes Golf Course website. And there's even a restaurant on site called The Nest, which it sounds like is a very popular place around the community. Now, moving on to number 4 on the list, this one is north of the river. It's in Parkville, Missouri, and just about 20 minutes to the east of Falcon Lakes. Number 4 is Thousand Oaks. Here's what it looks like on the map. It's just a few minutes away from the airport, a few minutes away from Zona Rosa, all the new shopping areas north of the river in Kansas City, Missouri. And of course, you're about 20 minutes away from the Legend. So if the Royals and the Chiefs do make it over there, you're not too far away. Now, this is a massive development. You've got prices anywhere from the lower 600,000s all the way up to the upper 900,000s. Lot prices are also very reasonable and on par with like Hook Farms and Lee Summit. You've got the lot prices starting anywhere around 85,000 up to the upper 100,000s. But of course, that's something that you got to reach out for so we can get you more specific information about current lot prices, because some of these things can really change over time. Now, I'm going to put, instead of listing off all the builders, I'm going to put the whole list on the screen because this is one of the largest builder lineups that we have, at least for any of the communities in this video. You can see some familiar names like an Inspired Homes, who is in Southern Meadows. You've got Newmark Homes, who is in Hook Farms, and a couple of the other communities. Quite a few of these builders build in multiple communities north of the river. And you'll also notice, if you look at some of the builders in other communities in the Northland, you'll notice a lot of them are very familiar names. Now, the HOA is pretty reasonable. It's around $895 annually. The amenities are absolutely jaw-dropping. You've got a full list starting with 2 community pools, fountains throughout the community. You've got green spaces, trails, lakes. You've got a playground, clubhouse, and of course a planned tennis court. This is certainly a bigger community, lots of lot options available, and quite a wide range of prices for estate-sized homes as well. Now, moving on to number 5, instead of throwing one out there for you, I've actually got, there are like several other communities around the one that I had in mind, so we're going to break those down as well. Number 5, you got Boulder Creek, Boulder Hills, and Stonebridge. They're all in a very similar vicinity in South Olathe. Here's where that is on the map. You're in one of the fastest growing areas of Johnson County, minutes away from Heritage Park, acres and acres of trails, dog park, disc golf. You've got so many things that you could do there. You're also just 20 minutes south from Prairie Fire, and one of the most popular areas in Overland Park. At least 135th Street as a whole has quite a bit to do. Now, the reason I'm kind of grouping these together is because they're all in a very close area in relation to each other. And just for context, Stonebridge is one of the bigger master plan communities in Olathe. I think they've got 5 different communities, 6 if you include the villas that are also going in out there. They just opened Stonebridge South, so this is a Rod Rock community. And then you've got Boulder Creek and Boulder Hills, which are both Grotto development communities that are almost side by side. They're very close to each other. We've done a full video on Boulder Creek, so if you click the link below, you'll be able to watch the full video breaking down some of the models, the prices, the community layout, etc. But if we just go down the list, we've got Boulder Hills, price point of $450 all the way up to $1 million. You got quite the lineup of different builders. You got Blue Dot Design, you got Gabriel Homes, which was a builder in Southern Meadows, McQueen Homes, which is a builder in Falcon Lakes. You got Newmark Homes. They were in several communities that we've mentioned so far. Pauly Rozier Homes, who is in Falcon Lakes, Tyler Marks Homes. Lot prices are very reasonable compared to the other communities that we've discussed. What I really like about Boulder Hills is that they have both estates as well as villas, and the villas they're doing are really interesting. They're 2-car garage instead of 3-car garage, so they're a smaller, like 40-foot product, but they're at a price point around $450 to $550, which is quite attainable, especially for when it comes to new construction, where we're typically looking at a price point around, you know, the mid to upper 500s. So those have been really popular. They sell like hotcakes. There are plenty of different designs and floor plans that you have with those. HOA is about $900 annually. It's about $273 a month for the maintenance provided villas. And then if you look at Boulder Creek, which is just around the corner, you'll find prices between $500 to $850. They currently have twin villas as well as estates. You've got Blue Dot Design and Build. You got Kalen Homes, Gabriel Homes, Shepherd Homes. Lot prices between $100,000 and $140,000, which is very affordable compared to some of the other more expensive lot prices. At least if you go a few minutes to the east in Overland Park, you got an HOA, same deal, $900 annually, $273 a month if you're in the maintenance provided villas. And then Stonebridge South, they just opened, you know, a brand new phase of the Stonebridge community. There are tons of lot options still available. Prices are anywhere from $600,000 to $850,000. You've got 3 main builders there. You've got Hillman Home Building, Newmark Homes, and Walker Custom Homes. Walker was one in Hook Farm. So you can see quite a few of the different builders that are building in these communities are building in multiple around Kansas City. Now, the lot prices are in the lower 100,000s, which is pretty affordable, especially in this kind of area of Olathe. And the HOA is around $800 $825 annually. So that'll do it for this video. If you have any questions, if you want to make sure you start your home search off, if you're building or buying a new home in Kansas City, make sure to reach out because the savings can add up very quickly, but so can the expenses. We want to make sure you're in the best position possible. So go ahead and give me a phone call, text message, email. I'd absolutely love to support you. And in the meantime, there are quite a few links down in the description below of some of the full videos on the communities in this list, or you can click right here for a full playlist of all of those videos, as well as model home tours, or click right here to see the video YouTube thinks you'd enjoy the most. So click either here or here, and I'll see you on the other side.